Good afternoon, all my vet bros and vet broads in the Vet Bro Militia. Hope everybody's having a great day today. It is 3:25 p.m. on this beautiful December 28th afternoon, and today we're gonna do a new reaction. I am D'Lo the Vet Bro, the hater of low standards, and you're watching a new episode of the On the Gun Line presents Vet Bro Reacts. Yeah, I forgot what I was doing. At the same time, I'm watching my son over here on his virtual reality. So, anywho, I hope everybody's doing well out there. I hope y'all had a great holiday and Merry Christmas and Happy New Year coming up. So, with that being said, if it's your first time here, thank you for coming over. Do me a favor, if you could hit a like or a dislike, and then a comment would be awesome. And if you get a subscribe, would be even better. Anyway, so today I will be reacting to don't join the military. Watch before joining. All right, it's this dude here named Aaron Battley, I think his name is. I was looking for stuff. It's hard to find content out there, y'all. Just letting you know, it's hard to find content to react to. So hopefully you guys will dig this. I have my own reasons why people shouldn't join the military, but more it's more of people who shouldn't join the military versus don't join the military because I think actually the military is great. So anyway, as you all know, I usually have a story about the picture that's on my background. Because well, my garage, which is my studio, is currently occupied with Halloween and Christmas boxes because I have to take them to storage once the holidays are over. For all of y'all that are Latinos, do you guys hold them up till January 6th? You know, Dia de los Reyes? I don't know what my Americanized friends do, but in the Raza, Hispanic, Latino, whatever you want to call yourself, demographic, we keep them usually till January 6th, which is the Day of the Kings or the Three Wise Men or whatever you want to call it. Anyways, with that said, this picture on the background, that is my Paladin. That is my howitzer. That is in Mosul in 2010. I seen this picture circulated a lot on the Facebooks and Instagrams and stuff like that. But yeah, this is my howitzer. I was in 19 Field Artillery. It was taken by our PAO people, and we were firing for the Cav Scouts that day. So just thought I bring that out here. You know, I got to shoot my artillery out in country. I don't know what it was falling on, but I got to shoot my artillery. So I know it was HEPD. We were actually firing 5 hotels that day. If I remember correctly, one of the other howitzers that were out there firing, their breech got fucked up because they were I think they were still having issues with the 5 hotels and the breach, and ours was able to still fire them. Anyway, I remember I was finger popping that day. We were fucking slinging them rounds, man. The missions would come down, and I was finger popping from the chief seat. If you know what that is, you know what it is. For those that don't know, basically, when you finger pop, you have to put the primer inside the firing mechanism. The firing mechanism, then you slide it over, and then when it's time to fire, you got to be very fast with it because I mean it's all one quick motion. If not, it's gonna get hit. And I did get hit with that 5 hotel after about 8 rounds. I think it was I finally pulled it, and I mean, just one split second too long. And luckily, I was wearing, my protective gloves, but it hurt like hell, bro. That breach came back so goddamn quick. I didn't have time to react. From there, my driver, shout out Ostrowski, wanted to come back there and shoot. And Kerr, who was my number one man, shout out Kerr, oh William Kerr. He was a drill sergeant last I checked, and I think he's in Bragg. Anywho, he was my number one man, and they traded spots because Kerr was already tired of fucking shooting, slinging around. So Ostrowski got back there, and I told him, "You want a finger pop or you want to use the lanyard?" He's like, "Oh, I'm finger popping," and sure enough, he was hopping and popping 5 hotels, just shooting the missions, man. And we had to fire the rounds that were coming out from that other howitzer, so we had to send a cat over there to fill her up. Anyways, it was a good day for shooting. Great times. I miss them. Mosul. I don't know what the hell we were shooting at, but hey, good times. Anyways, let's go ahead and get started with this video. Again, do me a favor if you go through it and you dig what you're viewing, do me a favor, just slap a like on it and drop a comment. If you don't like it, slap a thumbs down and leave me a comment of what I could do better. And but definitely, if you could subscribe to the channel, that would be awesome sauce. I'm trying to get these goddamn views up and whatnot. Trying to get the channel bigger. Anyways, you could always go to onthegunline.com and support the channel that way by clicking on the gunline support store or merch store. It'll be on there. Or you could hook a brother up if you'd like to on the gunline at gmail.com for PayPal, or that money sign DLO77. Oh, DLO 1977 for the Cash App. Anyway, just saying, if y'all want to help a brother out, this is my income. So, with that being said, let's get this bad boy going. All right. Now that we got all those formalities out of the way, go ahead and present and share the screen. If you hear somebody in the background, that's my son. Like I said, he's playing on the VR. He got a Oculus set for Christmas from the grandparents. So, all right, let's see what old boy's got to say here today. And here we go.
Yo, what's up, you beautiful people? It's your boy Aaron back at you with another video. And today we're going to be talking about why you shouldn't join the United States military. You might say, but Aaron, aren't you in the military? Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I am. And
Well,
that's
tell
why I'm
us.
telling you why you shouldn't join. Before I get into the video, I just want to make the clear distinction that I am not a representative. I'm not a spokesperson of the United States military or the
Representative,
Department of
fool.
Defense. I'm just some black dude talking on the internet. You feel me? In no way, shape, or form am I speaking for the military, Department of Defense, or none of
What the
that. You
hell?
feel me? I'm just some random dude. I'm a nobody. A lot of you guys have been hitting me up saying how I inspired you to join the military. I think that's great. You feel me? I was that
All right.
factor that pushed you to sign that paperwork. I met. Thank you. Makes me feel good. But the military ain't all what people make it up to be. So there's some stuff in the military that sucks, and like
As with every other
so
job.
number one, you can die. Like, bro,
Well,
the
no
United
shit.
States have so many enemies. Like, there's so many people in the world that want to kill us, bro.
All right. Let's stop it right here, real quick. If you join the military and you don't know that there's a possibility that you may lose your life, the military ain't for you. I don't care if you're supply. I don't care if 42 Alpha S1. I don't care if you are in the most rear echelon goddamn job there is, which I can't even. I don't care if you're a veterinary tech or specialist, if what they call it. There is a possibility that you may lose your life or give your life in service. So yeah, that's automatic, and that's what the military is for. Y'all do understand that the military is there to be used in times of or in need of war, right? Just saying. Okay, now he's giving us a group of a list of okay. Okay, so basically he's just showing us a list of all the Wikipedia people that want to kill us or hurt us, whatever. It
Just
happens.
by putting on that uniform, you are a target. And so that's a pretty big reason, I think. Also, just think of any scenario in your head, just the worst scenario, like, bro, captured by a terrorist group in Afghanistan, freaking held hostage or whatever, freaking head chopped up, bro, that could happen. Bro,
All right,
like,
so
y'all don't understand. This has got to be some.
this is a fact. All right, that is a fact that it was happening during GWAT. That was something that was discussed with your people that were around you in your platoon or your section or your squad. I know that my platoon sergeant and I, when we were in Mosul, our primary mission was being out there, in those MRAPs and patrolling and fucking taking the what do they call PRT to their little atmospherics and stuff like that they would do. Anyway, one thing that we came up on was him and I came up with a deal like, hey man, if I get caught for some reason, I want you to take me out. I want you to go ahead and use that ACOG for what it's for and just plug me in the head. And vice versa. We made that deal. That was a deal that we made together. Um, all bullshit aside, because we did not want to be on those videos or used for propaganda. You know what I mean? So yeah, there is that possibility. But then again, you eventually come to the sense of when it's time to go, it's your time to go, no matter what, bro. Because you could lose your life in any job that there is. You could be an auto mechanic working on the car, and then the lift just loses all hydraulics and you get smashed. Dunzo, you know. Or you could be putting air in a tire at a gas station. You're on your way to work, and guess what? You overfilled it. Boom. When it's your time, it's your time. You could slip and fall in the shower after a day's of work and call it a night. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna go through his skit here that he did. I was watching some of it. It's a pretty funny skit. I'll put the link to this if you guys want to watch it, but I'm just not gonna go through it.
Foreign language.
Y'all have the
I
slightest
want to hear him
little
talking.
like I feel like we're so
Uh,
another
here we
thing
go.
is you could die and like it could be for the stupidest reason because of poor leadership. Hey Sarge, you told me to go over there, but the last three people who went over there got shot. Do you still want me to go over there? You have to freaking follow orders. And so unfortunately,
Okay, I
just
need to
gonna be
back
blunt
this
with
up.
you
I need some
guys, your
content on what he's
orders
talking about.
might get you killed. Just gonna be so do you still want me to go over there? You told me to go over there. Stupidest reason because of also another let me introduce
Okay,
myself.
here
My
we
name is
go.
Aaron. Push on. Yeah. Also, another thing is you could die and like it could be for the stupidest reason because of poor leadership. Hey Sarge, you told me to go over there, but the last three people who went over there got shot. Do you still want me to go over there? You have to freaking follow orders. And so unfortunately,
If
just gonna be
if that's
blunt
the
with you
only way
guys,
that you
your
can go through,
orders might
yeah, you're gonna go through there. Shit happens. Welcome to war. Now, I mean, if it's not just poor leadership, you got to take a look at what's around you. You know what I'm saying? So you're being too general on this one, dude. Too generalized on this one. I can't agree with you on that one. You have lawful orders and you have unlawful orders, and if you're trying to get from point A to point B and he needs you over there, hey, say to lay down fire or something, yeah, you're gonna go over there, homie. You join the military knowing what is expected of you. So again, I think this is not don't join the military, it's more of people who shouldn't join the military. And cowards are definitely those that shouldn't join the military.
get you killed. Just know that before you join. Yo, real quick, like the video if you like freedom, you feel me? Like, who doesn't like freedom? And if you don't like freedom, I don't know. But if you
He's
do
talking
like
about
freedom,
liking
just
my
like
video
freedom.
too, by the
Second
way.
is toxic leadership. Toxic leadership, for
Here
those
we
of
go with
you
that
who don't
fucking
know, is
word.
basically people who are in charge of you and they're just toxic. They
What is
belittle
toxic?
you, they create work environments that aren't really proactive or catering to you. So,
Catering.
for an
Oh,
example,
okay. You said
there's
the
going to be
key word right there. Catering to you. When you join the military, it's the military. They're not going to cater to you. All right. The military has one specific job, and that is to maintain our defenses for our country or our interests. Okay. It's not there to cater to you. You signed the contract to join the military. So you adapt to the military way of life, not the other way around. And that's one thing that a lot of my soldiers kind of had a bit of a awakening to when they came to my section, because I would tell them, I'm not here to adjust to you. You're here to adjust to me. I'm not adjusting. I treat everybody equally the same. All right. Have same expectations for everybody in the beginning. From there, as things progress, then I will tweak how I will lead you. But from the very beginning, yeah, you will be treated like I treat everyone else. Everybody will be afforded all the same opportunities. I would have been considered a toxic leader because I smoked the dog shit out my soldiers. I believe that that was a good way of corrective training. Of course, situation dictates. All right, and yeah, I may have been a bit of a yeller. I was. Hindsight being 2020. Sometimes I didn't have to go that far. But again, the ones that would piss me off the most would be the ones that I expected more from. And it's not that they would make me mad; it was that I would be disappointed in them. All right. You did good. Hey, I will, you know what? I will be fair and impartial when recommending both reward and punishments. All right. So, anyway, again, catering to you is not fucking military. It's not their job.
regulations that they put in place that's just going to make you feel stupid. Toxic leadership isn't throughout the whole military, but you most likely will experience some type of toxic leadership. All right, next one. You're treated like a child. So I'm not saying this is all the time, but you're most likely going to experience this. You're basically going to be told when to go places, what to do. For an example, the COVID shot, right? I was told I had to get the COVID shot. I was told when to get it. I was told I had to get it. Some may say I was treated like a child. In addition to that, your leadership is going to basically make sure that you're going to your appointments on time
Hmm.
and that you're actually going to those appointments. And pretty much, it depends. Sometimes if you're like, if you do something,
Okay, you can't really go anywhere without telling anyone you're during work hours. 100%. We have to maintain accountability. We have to maintain accountability. What happens every time a fucking soldier gets hurt during a duty day and we don't, the first thing, where was his NCO at? Did his NCO know what was going on? Why didn't his NCO know? So, yeah, we have to maintain accountability for y'all. Look, the thing about the Army specifically, if there's a regulation for it, if there's a rule for it, it's because some dumbass already proved it to be needed. All right. That's the whole point to it, point blank, period. So, yeah, we need to know where the hell you're at, because if not, some shit happens, my ass gets fucking reamed because of your fucking idiotic decisions. All right. I'll give you an example. I've used this example many a times before. I had one soldier, all right, who ended up missing payments on his star card. Okay. For those that don't know, the military star card is basically a credit card given to you by the military. You apply for it, give you credit, blah, blah, blah. Well, this genius, while we were out in country in Mosul again, um, he missed making his payments, which I don't know how because he's getting all that extra money. Anywho, what ends up happening is when you don't make your payments to the star card, your commander gets a letter. All right. And then that letter gets passed down to whom? The first sergeant. Who's the first sergeant going to pass it out to? To the platoon sergeant. The platoon sergeant is going to pass it out to their section chief. And guess who that soldier fell under? This guy right here. So I have to go and inquire why you're not making your payments on time. All right. I do have to inquire because now I owe the platoon sergeant who owes the first sergeant who owes the commander an explanation of why one of his soldiers isn't able to financially pay his debts. So come to find out, this Joker, he was spending the majority of his money, and I'm not kidding you about this. He was spending them on cam girls, okay, on porn sites, is what he was wasting his money on while we were in country. All right, so he was spending a couple hundred on that a month. All right, it's not like it was just $20 here, $20. We're talking about hundreds a month on porn, bro. So yeah, I had to dig up in that ass. You know what I'm saying? And we ended up having to call the his financial institutions, and we had to what's it called, like, take some of these payments. Anyways, long story short, that's why we're on your ass, because a lot of people are not able to maintain the responsibilities that are needed. He was a young dude, I don't blame him for that. He was a young dude. He just, experienced something new, but it was a learning experience for him as well to make sure that he takes care of his financial responsibilities before the cam whores. Anywho, God, thank God OnlyFans wasn't out then. Whoo wee.
something stupid, they're going to treat you even more like a child. But it's important to not look at it like they're treating like it's a child. Most of the times, they have people over them that they have to,
That's what
please.
I
And
just said.
so you have to look at it in all the big picture. All right, next one. So this one is basically more than likely caused by the last two that I just said, but being in the military can take a toll on your mental health. And so, say you're being treated like a child, you have toxic leadership, somebody who's constantly belittling you, freaking putting you in like terrible positions that you say you don't want to be put in, or just constantly talking down to you. That's why I say the military can take a toll on your mental health. And so, basically, I'm telling you guys that it's important to have a support group and develop healthy habits.
All right, let's talk about the mental health thing. Look, y'all, if you go into the military thinking it's going to be the Boy Scouts of America, that you're not going to get yelled at, you're not going to get talked shit to, it's not for you. All right. It's not a corporate fucking business. You're not out being a civilian. At the end of the day, you carry a weapon. You learn to fire a weapon. You are there to potentially have to, as they like to say, unalive. All right. And you need to have a certain mentality for that. And then when we're in the thick of a firefight, I'm not going to be talking to you in the most calm tone of voice when the bullets are flying overhead. I'm not going to be talking to you in this voice. Hey, can you hand me another magazine, please? Hey, can you please go ahead and throw that grenade over about 75 meters that way? No, it's not going to happen that way. All right. And I don't need motherfuckers questioning every goddamn thing I have to say. It's, look, man, E1 to E3. I pretty much need you from the neck down. That's it. Neck down. The army is the easiest job in the world. You know what the rules are? Do as you're told. Do as you're told. God damn it, just do as you're told. That's it. Right place, right time, right uniform. E1 through E4. That's all you need to do. E1 to E3, neck down. E4, I do need you to think a little bit more, especially if you want to start progressing. But I'm just sorry. I can't agree with a lot of what this cat is saying because what is toxic leadership? Give me a prime example of what toxic leadership is. Now, I'm not going to say that there's not some asshole leadership out there. There is, man. I mean, but don't portray it as it's like it's so fucking like it exists all over the U.S. Army. All right, I don't understand. Like ever since this word toxic has started been thrown out, what exactly is a toxic? Like, what's the standard? Because it's such a generalized term that you could use it for anything. Oh, that he's toxic. Oh, he's Why? Why is this person toxic? What makes him toxic? That he has high standards and he's expecting you to achieve those standards. That's toxic. That he's trying to extract your potential and make you achieve it. Is that toxic? Just because you don't like something, it's toxic because he's not catering to you. Is that toxic? No. I think the toxicity is coming from the soldiers versus the leadership. Now, there are certain NCOs that should not be in those positions. I'll say it 100 times and I'll say it 100 times again. Some NCOs are just stripe wearers. All they care about is themselves and progressing in their units. That's toxic. All right. Because honestly, your soldier should always be your main priority. Always. No matter what. It's in the NCO creed. Do we even use the creed of the non-commissioned officer anymore? If we don't, that's a problem. What's up, Pop? Okay. So anyway, let's continue hearing what Homeboy has to say.
To, when you leave work, you leave all that stuff at work and you don't bring it to your wherever you guys reside at.
I'll take care of it, Pop. Thank you. And let's go back to the mental health thing. Look, if if people using bad language around you is going to be something that's going to break you down mentally, don't be in the military. I understand motherfuckers having mental issues because of going to combat, because of seeing people dying, uh, the essays that happen. I get that. But if having to do hard work is causing you to have a mental breakdown, bro, I don't know what to tell you about the civilian sector. Because the civilian sector, it's like fucking high school. I couldn't stand working out there. 8 years I worked out in the civilian sector. And you know what? Anyway, I'm just gonna stop there because I'm gonna fucking start ranting and raving. I don't need to do all that shit on this.
And you guys have a support group. I recommend having some type of support group near you physically, so you guys go out, do something, forget about work. But you feel me? Your mom, dad, friends back at home, freaking go to the gym, go for a run, play video games, something to get your mind off of work or whatever, and just feel like you're not in the military because that's really really important because the military can really take a toll on you guys' mental health, and I don't want any of you guys to
I would think the
deal
combat
with it
or
poorly. And
deployed
so, if you guys,
military could.
have great habits now, you guys can better prepare yourselves for the future. All right, next one. If you guys are in a relationship, it will suffer, or
Oh
like
yeah.
not necessarily suffer per se,
Oh, it's
but
gonna suffer.
nobody wants a long
Oh,
distance
Jody boy.
relationship. But in the military, you're going to be away from home. You're going to be away from your significant other a lot of times. So that can strain you guys' relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty much if
Jody.
you guys aren't used to that, it might suck. You guys might break up, or one of you guys just might even cheat on each other. So
Mm,
I'm just being blunt. I'm just telling it like it is. You feel me?
you right.
Um, yeah, that might happen. So if you're considering joining the military, keep that in mind. I told you so. If it happens,
Jody is a motherfucker out there. He out there. And as soon as you get, oh, let's say you get a rotation to Korea, your spouse ain't coming with you unless you're paying out of pocket. But if you're gonna go to Korea for a year, baby, you're on TDY, baby. Just think about it that way. TDY. And then I'm not talking about temporary duty. I'm talking about temporarily divorced for a year. All right. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. I would say about 90% of those that are married and go to Korea, oh, they doing their thing out there. They're doing their thing out there, brother. Whether male or female, it's happening. All right. Um, your relationship will get tested. I don't know about Garrison Army now. Garrison Army, I was not in the Garrison Army, so I mean, I spent a lot of time in the field artillery. I was a field artilleryman, so I spent a lot of time in the fucking field. And so I mean, we had a lot of time to miss each other. And when I deployed, it gets tough out there, man. Because you're gone for a year, bro. And I mean, yeah, you get your 2 weeks of R&R, but it's still tough. That's why you got to knock them up if you're going to be deploying. Knock them up. All right, that's what I did. Be smart. All right, carry on.
I told you so. Because like a lot of that stuff happens honestly, and it's not just the military. It's pretty much any long distance occupation. When you guys don't see each other or you guys don't communicate with each other every day, feelings get lost or whatever. So, yeah, enough with that. Next one, you're gonna miss out on important life events. So pretty much, if you have a
Facts.
kid per se, you might miss his birthday a couple times.
Yep.
If some other important life events. Now, mind you, if something serious happens, like a death in the family, you guys can get emergency leave and stuff like that. But
Red
if the
Cross.
military doesn't deem it like emergency or important enough to take leave for it, you're most likely gonna miss it. So that's gonna suck. All right, my computer.
All right. With that, you get a Red Cross message. All right. If it's a immediate family, they're gonna do their best to pull you out or wherever you're at. Okay. They're gonna do their best. But yeah, like you said, sometimes it's just not gonna happen. I'll tell you what. When my daughter Sophia was born, I was in Mosul. Oh no, I was in Afghanistan, right? Yeah, I was in Afghanistan. Well, was it Afghanistan? Mosul. Mosul was Emily. Okay, Sophia was in 2012. That was in Afghanistan. And yeah, I was supposed to watch that birth through Yahoo Video or Skype, whichever one was available at the time, and I missed it because I went outside to go smoke a cigar and have a near beer, and by the time I got back, she had already popped out. We thought we had more time, and unfortunately, we didn't. But yeah, I missed her birth. I missed birthdays, holidays. It happens, bro. It's part of being in the military. Okay, it's part of being in the military, and you accept all this prior to joining the military. That's why I don't understand why so many people are having like these realizations until after they get in. Like, did you not do research? I mean, you guys research everything else that has to do with everybody else's lives. Why don't you research your career that you're jumping into potentially? But anyway, moving on.
Just freaking shut down, so I don't have the list up right now. All right, last one. You can't quit. So pretty much all the stuff that I just
Oh,
said
you can
that you have to
quit.
deal with in the military, that you may have to deal with in the military, you can't quit either. Because like in a civilian job, say you got toxic leadership, all right, I'm gonna leave. F you. You feel me? But no, in the military, you can't just
Okay. Again, can somebody please give me what the fuck a definition of toxic leadership is? I'm fucking sick of hearing this goddamn word. I'm not talking about you, homie, but I mean, anybody, tell me what the fuck is toxic leadership because it's really biting me in the ass. Where I need examples of what is toxic leadership. You know what I mean? Anyway, moving on.
Just quit. You can't just up and leave. I mean, you can, you
You
feel
can.
me?
You'll
But
be
you know,
AWOL.
you might have some repercussions.
There will be
So I'm
repercussions.
not saying that there isn't any way to solve like any of these problems, like toxic leadership. You guys
Not if
can
you want to
actually
fucking
ask to change your unit, and that's the
if you
thing.
want to have
But
a
you know,
honorable
that takes
discharge,
time and it's a process. So pretty much, last one, you can't quit the military. If you sign a contract, you got to do it unless you
there you
guys, you
go.
know, get out some other way, like medical retired or
Get high.
some other way. So
Yeah.
yeah, if you guys are new to the channel, what's up? Subscribe, like my other videos. Peace.
Appreciate you pimping. All right. Hey, I appreciate homeboy and his video. I'm gonna have to check his out next time. Ooh, day in the life of. Okay, I'll have to check him out next time. Dude, let me go ahead and close this out. I'll put a link to his to this video if you guys want to go through and see his little skits or whatever. Oh
I had a
shit.
lot of questions before joining the Air Force. One of those things were,
Okay, I don't know about the Air Force pimp. So let me go ahead and stop sharing. Uh-oh. Fuck me. All right, fellas. Y'all know that I'm kind of a little bit slow when it comes to this. I'm a bit of a reteasy. But anyway, yeah, there it is. That's the video for today. Yeah, you can quit. You can quit if you want. I mean, you could go AWOL, or you could just be a shitbag and then eventually get chaptered out. You can do that if you want. But at the end of the day, if you're going to join the military, you should have an expectation of what you're going to get when you join. If you're a weak body, if you're weak minded, don't do it. You know, I'm 100%. Why was basic training something tough? Something that was meant to break you down and build you back up, because those would help. Those drill sergeants were there not just to build you up, but also to weed out the weak. All right, to weed out the weak. And I'll say it, everybody should be a have the opportunity to enlist, but not everybody is gonna make it. Just because you want to doesn't mean you should. You know what I mean? Everybody's gonna bitch about their job, no matter what. No matter what. No matter what job it is in the army or in the civilian sector or in anything, you're gonna complain about it. All right. It's just human nature. But at least, at the end of the day, you're doing something that you love. Like me, I love the field artillery. There's nothing more that I love than the field artillery other than my kids. All right. I should have named my kids HE and PD with Killer Jr. If you know, you know. But yeah, dude, if you're gonna be out there and just throwing out like tags like toxic leadership, I need to know what that is. I really want to know. And it's funny when you hear a lot of people say, "Oh, this toxic leadership." What exactly is toxic? What are they doing that is toxic? Now, if they're keeping you purposely, let's say beyond the duty day, if it's on purpose for no reason, then yeah, I can see that being shitty leadership. I don't like using toxic because toxic is just so, I don't know, it just sounds so fucking generic to me, man. Call it what it is. If you have shitty leadership, you have shitty leadership. You probably have a shitty command team. And that's when you go ahead and address it. Address it to your chief, and then he'll address it to the platoon sergeant. And if you can't trust your chief, you go to your platoon sergeant. But anywho, I'm gonna start going. This is already taking 35 minutes. So, anywho, that's the video for today. That's my reaction. I hope y'all enjoyed it. If not, let me know why. Hit a like, hit a subscribe. Let me know what y'all think. With that being said, D-Lo the Vet Bro is calling it a day. Letting y'all go, y'all. Deuces.